You are now listening to Timebite, hosted by me, Stephen Clark. Hope you enjoy the podcast. Hey there, everybody. It's your boy Steve, once again for Timebite, episode 114. And that's pretty great and pretty awesome. But today, I'm with someone who I had on my podcast before, and also someone I haven't had on my podcast before. This is like a new measure. I am joined once again by Angel Tortured / Dean now, and I am joined by the producer or the person, whatever the job title is. I can't really think of it right now. Of a new show that's coming out on whatever network it's going to be on. It's not going to be on TNN, I can tell you that for a fact, because they're not even a network anymore. I'm joined with also with Victoria, who is the maker of this new show that's coming out that we're going to talk about today, and probably oversell it and probably overhype it, but that's fine because it's all new and we're going to make it possible. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
Oh, that's good. So me and Dean were talking yesterday about this show, and I asked. Well, I was gonna save the question for today. So how did this all come about? Because the last time I talked to you, there wasn't even like we were talking about cosplay and whatever, but there's no talks of a show happening or anything.
Oh no, I mean it came along was in the fall, and we talked in the springtime, so it really came out of the blue, and it actually transitioned from a cosplay of how I got onto the project. I know that Victoria had been working on this project for 2 years before I even came aboard, but she saw my cosplay and was like, hey, I need you to stand in for this one scene. You look like this character that we're kind of trying to base off of. I was like, okay, cool. And then it didn't work out on that one thing, and she's like, no, I want to make you an actor. Like, okay, cool. No, let's make you a writer, and let's now make your character super badass and awesome. So I'm very happy. So I felt like almost overnight, Victoria kind of made me a sensation. She can go into the details of how Lineage got started.
Okay.
Yes, so with Supernatural, I've kind of been a fan of the show since early on, the very first season. And I'm also a big horror fan. So when it came down to Lineage, I am really into filmmaking. I'm a film major, and I told myself, well, what can I do that incorporates horror and also something that's based on the show that I've loved so much for so many years? And I kind of came up with the story of Lineage, and it's been great. It's come really far, and Dean's been excellent at, helping with the writing. So, I'm proud of everyone who's worked on it,
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be to be honest with you, I have never seen Supernatural. I have a friend who's really into it, but I never really sat down and watched it. I've seen clips of it because, it's just a really popular show and you see it everywhere at one point. But but I get the premise of the show, and what you guys are making seems to be going to be really top-notch stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I sent you the promo. I'm not sure if you... Oh, well, it wasn't our promo. It was more like a... Get this little itty-bitty taste bite of our special effects.
Yeah.
Like a sneak.
Yeah, I watched.
I was just Victoria did it in, I want to say he did that in 3 hours.
Yeah, I did it pretty quick.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it yesterday when you sent it to me, and it's we got these we got the badass woman who sits in the mountains, and we got all these spells. And
Maria's a pretty badass. My favorite character.
She's pretty awesome.
We got the three kids hugging each other because they know crap's gonna go down. It's just I was like, holy crap, that's this is gonna be something.
Oh yeah, we have pretty good hopes about it. I mean, there's been, trials and tribulations, but and those like problems arise. They're, it's all a learning curve, and like just look at the set of like Ghostbusters, for example. Bill Murray never even showed up until the day of filming, and they didn't even know if he was going to even be in it until he showed up because he just boosted them the entire time, pun intended.
Yeah.
So like it. No, I don't mean to short the subject, but like to go on about that real quickly. I mean, is he actually going to be in the new movie?
I have no idea.
So like how like after you became part of the crew and you became part of the cast, and this is starting to go. How much did your life change before it and after you joined it?
Well, when I joined, I was currently in a wheelchair because I broke both my knees, and that kind of hampered on my cosplay already. So I was kind of like in a really pretty miserable spot because I am a professional dancer, and one of the worst things that you could take away from a dancer is their ability to walk. And in that time, I was just like, I could technically stand and I could technically walk, but I wasn't allowed to because until they healed. Mm-hmm. And I was very fortunate that it was only something that I was in for like 6 weeks. Victoria messaged me and was like, hey, can you come out to Vegas? And I was just like, yeah, I can. I got a car. I'm in Southern California right now visiting my grandparents. I could totally do that. And, it, the things that changed out of my life, always had this planned out since I was in elementary school. Like, I went to a private arts academy. I graduated high school with 2 different because I went to 2 different high schools at the exact same time. One was targeted towards the performing arts. So I was very focused on this career path, but I thought it was going to take me in another route. I thought the way that I was going to do it was I was going to have to marry like a Canadian and live in like Canada and get onto the CW, or I thought I had to basically PA job, and just out of the blue, Victoria came by and just knocked out like 10 steps out of my plan. And I'm like, wow, something that I thought was going to take me, 20 years, the writer on a show to just be like, okay, 1 month and you're already on the show. And I thank her so much for it. And she's so amazing.
Oh,
that's awesome. But did your lifestyle like sort of change? Like, do you feel like there was more people coming towards you saying like, oh my god, we can't wait for the show, this is gonna be awesome, and like this and that? But before you got on the project, were people just knowing you for your other stuff, and now you have the show on top of you, so now people are like now I got this show on me?
It's more of same-ish but different crowds. So it depends on the convention circuit that I'm going to. Like, say, if I'm going to Anime Expo, people are going to know me for my cosplays, and Cosplay Deviant pole dancing competition, or they're going to know me at Supernatural Con for lineage of being an executive producer and writer and actor. And that is different. I think the only thing that really changed is probably more about a security thing, because now that I am soon going to be in the limelight, and I know that Victoria can shine more light on it as well, the safety precautions that it takes for people in this industry that we have to take. So the only thing that I think has to change, that changes, is how my presence is at a convention. What it used to be, I could walk around freely, is more like, okay, you have to walk with either a group of your castmates or you have to walk as a security guard.
That's nuts. And you have no choice. You have no choice.
System. You have to do they're crazy.
So like I've and Victoria, I haven't really got to ask you anything yet, and I'm sorry about that. but where did I want to ask you, where did everything, like, how did show making and making shows start for you? Like obviously you went to college, like you said, you went in for filmmaking and all that, but like
it was kind of an interesting way I kind of came into it. So when it comes down to Supernatural, I've ran a charity group for the cast and for some of the charities for about 6 years now. And whenever I was in college, my original major was for game design. It wasn't even for film. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy doing video editing and coming up with stories and ideas. And some of the Supernatural cast were talking to me about my career path. And they said, well, you're really good at this. How come, you're doing game design? And I kind of looked at them and I said, you know what? I don't really know. So I ended up switching my major to film, and it made me a lot more happier, and I was really getting into the idea of becoming a filmmaker. And because I've been doing the charity, thing for a really long time, whenever I did Lineage, I was known for this charity for so long, or this organization, that when I started to do Lineage, it's kind of overlapped a little bit. But, that's kind of how I got started in it, was I was doing charity work for so long, and then I ended up switching my major, and then Lineage was just kind of born from that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is this your first project you ever worked on, like your first major project that you ever worked on, or is there like other projects that that fill up the resume that just gets added to it?
I've done small projects, but this is the first one that has really been so thought out and that has been worked on for years. The other projects, it maybe took about 4 to 5 months to do, maybe 3 months. But for this one, it's been an ongoing project that has just grown every day, and so many failed drafts have been thrown away, and the pilot's been rewritten so many times. So it's a really it's the first big project, I should say.
Does but is there anything that you can say about the pilot that could be said right now? But are you guys going to wait?
The summary.
Yeah, I can give the summary of the show. Basically, Lineage is about two Arcosius twin sisters. What that means is they're born, half angel and half demon. They spend their lives trying to fight evil and things that go bump in the night, while pretty much being creatures themselves. When they discover the truth about their lineage and the people that are going after them, they're on a journey of what it truly means to be human and those who are actually monsters. So, the meaning of what it means to be human versus what it means to be a monster.
That's pretty cool concept. I'm guessing that Dean over here is the angel part, and the chick I saw sitting in the mountains is the demon.
Actually, no. Maria, she is one of the main sisters. She's played by Amanda Hunn. Maria has more of, she's half angel and half demon, and the other sister is the one with the curly hair, and her name is Annabelle, and she's, the other half angel, half demon sister. So, but they're good. They're good characters. They're the good guys.
That's good. I mean, because when I was watching the trailer, it just it looked like there was all this stuff going on, and I was just like, holy crap! I was like, it's like it just got. What's that?
I said, yeah, there was a lot going on for sure.
Yeah, it was like layer after layer after layer. It was cool. But how many what? I was talking about this yesterday too, but I could see you guys being on something like a CW, not saying the precursor Supernatural, but I could see it, I could see you guys on CW sci-fi FX. Hey, Fox, maybe, if they're into that. Maybe.
I even was my brain was also we're jumping between like stuff right now. I mean, the virus definitely put us on meeting a lot of things, so a lot of our pitches and stuff has to wait a bit longer, but we're totally adjusting and allowing that to happen. But I was totally like, oh, we could just go full rated R and let's do Shudder. And I was like, that was like, my brain was just like, let's go to the horror movie channel. I'm like, they got TV shows. So,
yeah, because like with Supernatural, like it's amazing and they've shown so much, but with Lineage, you really want to go more horror with it. You know, like show a lot more.
Gory.
Yeah, like it's going to be a little bit more gory than normal. You know, so.
Yeah, we want to see things get chopped off. We want
from blood.
Yeah,
from blood.
We want to see Dean run someone over with a car. That's what we want.
That's a good idea. Let's totally have Lance hit someone with a car.
Oh man,
yeah. Yeah, so my character, I play Lance. So that's we mentioned Lance. That's who I play.
Yeah, I mean that would be that would be funny because I was talking to Dean yesterday about the show and how funny would it be if there's like an episode where I don't like I'm not saying insert me into the project, but it'd be pretty cool if like there's an episode where I pay like a small cameo for like being like a radio guy on an episode and. He can even run me over and kill me off with the car. I don't care.
We have so much going on in Lineage, like different monsters and different creatures that Supernatural never really touched upon. So we're trying to like be really different, also in the monsters that we choose as well.
Yeah, I mean, like we definitely. We're using the episodic formula, so people are gonna be like, this is like Supernatural. I'm like, it's also like Lucifer and every cop procedural and every hospital show. This is how TV is written. It has your first 5 minutes, it has your inner monologue, the call to action, the climax, the resolution. It's called basic storytelling, not called copying. It's called circle of storytelling.
Because we're loosely based, but our series in itself, it's a standalone. So people that haven't even seen Supernatural, they can still watch Lineage and they can still enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you think after the show gets enough popularity, you guys will start, pumping out your own merch, like T-shirts and little figurines?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, we're already kind of even working on it a little bit because we got a convention in January. It got pushed back from June to January, but who knows? Everything is with a question mark. But we're going to have our own table in San Francisco selling merch.
Yeah, that's a great way to get the show out there. Just like Lineage, the series, or just Lineage, and just like freaking have all your faces or whatever on it, like the logo even.
For sure.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool. And, if people want to, hear about us and stuff like that, should come out and see us at the conventions that we plan to be at. Victoria can give our social media and where people can find us to figure out what conventions we'll be at to present. But I know that we have so much to share. I mean, that kind of sounded like a closing statement, like, follow us on blah, blah, blah. And, like, because that's, like, how everything ends. I'm like, I'm not done with the conversation.
But no,
like, we've been posting mainly all of our updates on the series and some, behind-the-scenes stuff on our Twitter, where it's, like, Lineage, and there's, like, an underscore and then series. So we've been posting what we can on there, and that's where we also posted, the promo. But... we have a lot of plans. We just don't know how things are going to go with the whole virus of the pandemic right now. So, yeah, like Dean was saying, a lot of conventions have been pushed back. So we're kind of, at the mercy of this thing, so hopefully it dies down a little bit and things kind of get back to normal. But, safety first,
Yeah. I was bringing up the fact yesterday too. Is that you got like you should bring like after the show gets started in around next year because it already happened this year, but in 2021 you should come to Chicago and come to C2E2, which is like our comic and entertainment expo, and you guys would just kill it there with the table because it's not just anime, it's like everything, and people would die to see that.
Oh wow!
Now that I remember, I know that you mentioned it to me yesterday, and I was like, oh, what's that? And then I just now remembered, there's people I know who are major cosplayers who go.
Yeah, how cool would that be, though? Just a, table at that convention where there's tons of people, and people would see the table for your show, and people would get interested and see it,
It'd be pretty fucking awesome. I mean, freaking.
Awesome.
I don't know what your rating is, sorry. Yeah, I got an HBO mouth, sorry.
No, it's all right. Would you guys want to be on like HBO Max? Because that seems to be getting popular right now.
I mean, it's whoever is who's gonna wherever it's gonna go, and depending on what network or streaming site that picks us up, that's kind of how on what our story is going to be and what are we willing to compromise, because every network has a style of how they want, and so it really just depends on how things are going to
go. I just don't.
I know that we don't want to be too censored either, like depending on whatever direction that we go, because we definitely want to keep the horror aspect, and there's certain networks that they want to kind of put a little bit of a censor on too much. So we kind of want to be a little bit free with it. So we're gonna kind of see how it goes. But
can you imagine? No, can you imagine like you guys are looking for networks, and then like, can you imagine like someone like Cartoon Network approached you and they're like, and they pick it up and like the second someone rips out the chainsaw, it starts to cut like a zombie in half or whatever in half, and it starts bleeding out. They're gonna and they keep it in there. That would be the day Cartoon Network is like rating, like begging.
I mean, adults it could happen.
Like Mr. Pickles on Cartoon Network was a little insane, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you guys?
I mean, like, look at Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, Cartoon Network really likes to push the buttons. I mean, I can see but we're live action, and I mean, it's Cartoon Network, so they do have some. Like, I think if we ever had an anime series, it would do really well on Cartoon Network.
Well, yeah,
true.
Yeah, because Supernatural went animated for one season, right?
Yeah, it was a combination of 2 seasons, but they put it into one for the anime, and I absolutely adored it. It's kind of like the black sheet of the Supernatural fandom.
It is.
But I love it, and I have all the comic books that are tie-in. I have all the Funko Pops. Like, I'm a huge collector. So the anime actually got me into the show because I actually picked it up at a Blockbuster, and I was just like, oh, anime, horror, I'm gonna watch. And I was like, I would have these in-between things with the cast and be like, and now in this episode, blah, blah, and talking in a really low voice. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, I'm going to watch the show more. And then I realized, oh, I know who that person is. That's Jensen Ackles. I like him in Red Hood. I'm a huge DC fan. Oh, he was on Dark Angel. I really like Dark Angel. Now I'm obsessed with Supernatural.
Like for me, my best friend kind of sat me down and was like, you have to watch this show. And it was for season 1, and I was like, in school still. And, she was like, you have to watch the show. And I was a scaredy cat as like a kid or even growing up. So for me, I'm like, I don't really want to watch it. And she put on the Bloody Mary episode, and I remember, like, I had a hard time sleeping that night, but then, like, the next day I just binged the whole thing, and I've been hooked ever since, and I also kind of love horror a lot more. So Supernatural was kind of my introduction to horror, weirdly enough, so it's kind of weird how everything kind of got, like, put together, but...
Oh, I totally also agree. Like, I still can't watch it. And if people, my mom's like, oh, it's so funny, and I'm like, no, I'll watch it, but I will not watch and I'm like, I still swear to dolls. Won't do it. I was at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, like, last year, and there was a Chucky doll that was like fussing at people because it's an adult event after the theme park closes, and he's all like keeping this at people that walked by, and you could ask him questions, and he's on top of this building, and you'd be like, "What do you want to know?" Blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, this is actually funny." And like real life Chucky, if he's actually like this, I could handle it. I could just drop kick him.
Just drop kick him.
Like, yeah, just go to Boston and just drop kick him. See what I did there?
Oh yeah, I was totally thinking like arc of being like, kick the baby, don't kick the baby.
I think that was actually something that we wrote in one of the previous like early pilots. Was like, like little creatures came to life, or it was like dolls or something, and the girls were just kicking them at their feet. But I don't think we still heard that.
Oh man,
it was so funny.
I mean, it was so funny. I was just like, they're being chased by all these like dolls, and like because one of the characters is named Annabelle, so we were like, okay, we should totally have a Raggedy Ann, like the Annabelle creation, and this antique. I could talk about this because this is not going to happen because it's an old draft. It's just basically they start attacking these girls, and one of them's just kicks it, and like it just shoots it across the room. Like they're like, wait, why are we freaking out? We're like 10 times their size.
Yeah, I mean like that. I mean like that. That's pretty awesome. Really, it really is. No, it really is. But no, I just want to put it out there that if you guys want to, because I don't really care, like if you guys like want, like if you want to use like Dean's like first interview or any of my episodes or anything, is like just like I don't know if you ever guys want to, but I'm just saying if you do, I'm okay with you guys using my content in your show. If you guys want to use as like background sound or whatever.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, like if you want to, because I own all the content, so you guys can just ask me, and if you guys want it, then I'll send it to you, and you guys can use it if you want.
Awesome.
I mean,
like riding in the car and they need like radio sound, like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It was good to have it, like, they could be, like, out and about at, like, like a store or something like that, and there's, like, like, a podcast that's, like, playing above, like, because one of their characters is, like, a total nerd, so she could be at a bookstore, and it could just be, like, sleep playing in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
No, and funny enough, it makes it your interview, and people are like, oh, I'm just listening, like when you ask, like, just to get the pop from the people watching, you could be like, what are you listening to? Like, oh, I'm just listening to this random guy in this random podcast. He kind of sounds like you, and then you're like, oh yeah, I don't care. Like I don't like that's totally not me.
Man.
But like, what, like, where's the show? Like, I know that you guys film it in Vegas, but where's it supposed to be held? Like, what's the
the location? Well, the girls travel a lot, so
great and North American.
Yeah, like the beauty of it is they're going to be traveling a lot, so it's not really supposed to take place in Vegas per se, but
so you guys will like be. So when you guys are filming, like there'd be like an episode where you guys are out in like in the middle of the desert, and then there'd like be another one where you're like guys are like in the depths of the city.
Yeah.
And like Nevada has so much wide range of like terrain, so it really lets us play with wherever they could be. Like they'd be like, oh, we're in a case in Wisconsin, and they're in a forest. Like, or they're out in the big city. Oh, it's Los Angeles. Like, and also Los Angeles is only a 4-hour drive. So, if we ever want to do a beach episode or anything like that, it's not that hard. And also we, beautiful Rocky Mountains and stuff.
There's some gorgeous mountains up here. It's like Mount Charleston. It's an area where there's thick wooded pine trees. That's where we shot the part where she's sitting on like the mountain. So it's gorgeous up there. It's a bit of a drive, but for like mountain shots and nature scenes, we can just shoot up there.
Yeah, because who's your person? here's a question for both of you. Who's your personal favorite? I mean, besides like Dean, except your own character, what are a character?
Maria.
What's that?
Maria is my favorite character.
No,
People kind of know that she is. Like, it's pretty obvious throughout the cast and crew that Maria is my favorite.
I might have to say like the same, but if I had to pick a second favorite, it'd probably be the character of Jackson. His character, he has a very like intense backstory, and he's a big nerd, and I love his character. He's also like, a little bit funny, so like I'd probably go like Maria first, and then like Jackson second, probably. And Jackson's played by our actor Kevin, and Maria is played by our actor Amanda, our actress Amanda. But
does the show you think gonna be like an overnight sensation, or do you think it's gonna take time because I know you guys are based on Supernatural, but do you think that it because of the Supernatural roots that you guys are putting inspiration in, you think it'll be an overnight sensation, or do you think it's still gonna take in time and build up and all that?
I think it will take some time. It's going to be coming in with a mixed bag of emotions from the old series, because it is a very beloved show and people are going to feel very strongly for it. And that's going to translate, and then people are going to see what we're doing and they're going to be like, okay, so you're not trying to take what we love and ruin it.
Yeah, because I could see that there could be a little bit of pressure being like, oh, because people are going to be like super, like there's Supernatural, and like there's this second sort of Supernatural looking like it's coming in, and then people are going to be like, okay, let's see what these guys can do, sort of concept.
We're coming in with a really hard game to follow.
What's the, like, how do you guys plan, like, do you guys already have the first episode written up and ready to go whenever that's ready to get filmed?
Oh yes, for sure.
How do you...
A little we have written almost everything up to season 3.
Holy crap! Season 3, man, you guys are on the band, not the bandwagon. But you guys are on your game.
Yes, for sure.
I like to write a lot.
So, do you think? Oh, here's the thing I want to know: are you guys actually going to release every single season on DVD? You guys aren't going to like regular show us and give us the first 3 seasons and not give us the whole show, right?
What do you mean?
Like when regular show came out, there's 8 seasons, but in America we only got the first 3 seasons on DVD. Are you guys going to give us the whole series on DVD as they?
Oh yeah, it would be the whole thing.
No, we're aiming towards seasons as a whole. We have the entire series written.
But I'm saying, are you guys going to put every season on DVD and make a complete series set when that comes around?
We hope so.
We can. We hope so. I mean, it will have to depend on manufacturers and production and, copyrights and stuff like that, and, the American laws and whatever. And it might, what we can produce here might not work in, like, say, Turkey or so. It all really depends on where it is. I mean, we can self-produce, but we don't want to do that. We want to find an investor.
If we can get like a good manufacturer and we can get those, like the season, like complete season sets out, then that would be amazing. But we can't like predict that. But I hope so.
How big is the team, the behind the scene? How big is the filming team? Like, do you guys have like all these people, like all these people, like writers and cameramen, and like, are you guys full-fledged, full-on crew for this?
Oh yeah, we have a full-on crew.
because I mean, like, I've seen, like, I haven't been there personally, but like I know at like places like Disney and Universal and so on and so forth, TV in general, there's like all these people behind the scenes that are going like in 4 different directions that lead the show into its promised land and whatever. It's just like we
have an amazing cast and crew right now. I would say with everyone together, we're probably at about 30 people. and it probably doesn't seem like too many, but whenever you get all those people like together, it's a lot.
But I'm glad that even though the show's going on, well, it's not being aired right now, but like I'm glad even with this going on, you guys have your outside hobbies that you're still doing in your free time on top of the show.
Yeah.
Is there something that you would like, what is, like, besides, like, fans really loving it and such, what do you guys want out of the show that would be really awesome outside of, like...
Well, I mean, we're wondering what we want the fans to take away from it when they watch it.
Yeah.
Me personally, we have like we have a perfect storm of story. It's set in a perfect time right now of the stories that we're telling. They're pretty serious, and interpersonal between the characters. We're sharing like very healthy male relationships between brothers, like, this kind of like men are allowed to show their feelings, and the girls are, just because one is bisexual doesn't mean that she likes sex doesn't mean she's a slut. And dealing with all those kind of like topics around the LGBT and discrimination and hatred and like we're dealing with a lot, and I think what we're producing is going to mean a lot to a lot of people because there's something in it for everyone.
We have a very diverse cast and crew, and we really want to we want the people to like the stories, but also just like the team behind it, like all of us are working so hard, and I think it'll be a lot, like, inspirational for a lot of people, like just in general.
Yeah, because like I never been on a set like for a TV show or anything before, so I mean, like it sounds like it's a real stressful time, just like get everyone together and make a day and to do all this. And
oh, it's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard because everyone has different schedules, and getting people together in the same room when everyone has different things that they have to do, it could be difficult.
Do you
Zoom?
Have you guys gotten praise for this show by the people at Supernatural seen this and they're like, holy crap, we approve of this?
Victoria?
Yes, some of them have seen it. Like, well, our original trailer that we created, this was before Dean came on because the story's changed so much. Some of the actors saw the trailer and they gave us some feedback on, the story and the trailer itself, and it wasn't taken too well, but after Dean came on and the story has been, rewritten and everything, we've gotten a lot more praise. So some of the actors have seen it, and they're very supportive, and they really want to see this go somewhere. So, I mean, it's great that they've been there and they've been supporting it. But we definitely don't want to be a carbon copy of Supernatural, like, by any means. We're trying to, not be the same, like, at all, but it's still based in the Supernatural universe. So it's really,
and
good.
Well, I was gonna say, like, our stories, like, just because like the leads happen to be related, Sam and Dean are not the only siblings in the universe. And they're twins. Mm-hmm. And Dean are not twins; they're 4 years apart. But the thing about also is our stories and the interpersonal things that happen for characters have anything to do with Steve. Like, what Sam and Dean had gone through, they go through something completely different and something that Sam and Dean would never go through. So we're going to have the same vibe, but it's going to have the same vibe that, what inspired Supernatural, like Buffy and X-Files. So, we're in the 80s slashers. So we're definitely looking at what inspired Supernatural instead of just Supernatural. So, of course, people are going to think we're going to be coming off like a copy, but we're looking at the roots and we're finding what inspired Eric Kripke and we're making our own thing.
because there's so many, shows that have come out that, have been about, like Dean was mentioning, like, Buffy and there's other shows that have been really popular, like Fear the Walking Dead, which has been like about zombies and stuff like that. But I mean, there's a lot of shows that inspired Supernatural in the first place. So, when people see Lineage, they might feel like, we're very similar to Supernatural, but when they, actually take the time to watch the show, they'll see that there's a lot of differences, and it's not the same, like, by any means. So,
yeah, I mean, like, have you guys done all the promotional shots and all that, like all like the promotional photos? Because I know that you guys made like the individual promotional photos of like every individual character, but like outside of those photos, have you guys made any other promotional photos that you guys are like, this is badass?
We really need to do some more group shots. The individual photos, we have some where the sisters are together, but as for a giant group photo, we haven't done that yet. But that would be something that I definitely want to do soon.
You should have Dean's character, like literally just like like his profile picture on here on Discord, but so have him like leaning like on a really really like night like on a car, like a really nice, awesome and badass car that would be in the show, and like something like that. That'd be like really cool, like something like that, or something that's or have like two of the members of the show like standing in front of a car or in front of a building or something, and it looks like some kind of Just for Men commercial for some stupid reason.
We do have an amazing car that we're going to be using in the series, but that would be Dean's Dean's story there.
I mean, are you really? Yeah, but Dean, are you really like in real life? Are you like a car guy? Do you like cars?
I mean, it's my car, so they're using on the things. I guess I'm a little bit. I mean, alright, like there's stuff that like going on in my head.
Yeah, Dean's car is amazing. Amazing car. Classic car.
Yeah, so you do you like are you into like those old time, like those old classic cars from like back in the day, like muscle cars and stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean I go to car shows quite a bit. I mean, I used to before my transition, I would be a model by things, and like I'd go to car shows and I would be modeling on cars and stuff. But other than that, I mean, not too much. I mean, I'm more into motorcycles.
Yeah. So you're more of a Harley Davidson kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with bikers, so it's what I'm used to. And so yeah, it's whatever. I also like, so one thing about me is I basically grew up in a car. I traveled over the United States so many times, and I live on the road. So I'm always in between places. And last year, like 2018 alone, I had like 3 different addresses. So it's all like, I really relate to like what the girls are going to be going through is like just traveling all the time.
Mm-hmm. Now, Victoria, hearing this, you gotta make a motorcycle episode now.
I know, like must do it now just to have the motorcycle.
you need Dean's character to freaking like come in on a motorcycle, freaking be like, I don't know, use a bat and whack a couple of monsters. That would be epic.
Yeah.
Maybe end season 3 that way. I don't know. But really though, I am really glad. I am really happy for you guys for doing this. I mean, like, I never really been a huge Supernatural fan because I didn't really know about it really before another friend of mine told me about it. But I'll make. But I can. But once it comes out, and if it's on something I can watch, like cable, or if it's on a streaming service that I have, then that. But like I'll make sure like I'll totally like watch like the first episode and tell you guys what I think about it.
That would be awesome.
And is there anything about the show that you guys haven't said yet that you would like to say?
Think of anything, Dean?
And like we've got some story just flows really well, and it's gonna come off very natural to we're gonna be able to like I feel like people are gonna be able to binge watch. No problem. They're gonna be like, what? I want more. Like that's like how we have it is like you can end up watching several episodes that you've
a lot of people are gonna like it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can. There's not. I mean, there's. I don't know how big the oh my god, I want more part of shows are still around, but I feel like you guys are bringing something fresh to the table, so people are gonna want more of this. So, and it sounds like it's gonna get pretty gory. So I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna drag in horror fans just as much as supernatural fans into this. So.
Oh yeah.
If you guys are able to, are you guys going to be able to get like people like more famous horror actors pulled into the show to make guest appearances if you guys get popular, get it off the ground?
Well, I mean, at the last convention that we were at, we had from Scream that's pretty cool, and we got to talk to him a little bit, and he wants to get involved in our charity sometime.
Yeah, because it'd be cool to have like Jason or Freddy or something just appear in one of the episodes, and you got and it's like a Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th crossover with Lineage. That would be...
Will depend on what we can for rights. A lot of the copyrights, but who knows? Maybe we can be on a parody or something.
Who knows? You know
what? What am I trying to say? So how many seasons would you like the show to go? Like, do you guys already have like a planned timeline? Like, this is how many seasons we're gonna go, and then we're gonna end it here. Are you guys just like?
Well, I definitely can't compare it to Supernatural because they have 15 seasons. They've gone on for so long. So for like us, like I mean, Dean, like what would you think? Like right now, I know we have up to season 3 written. So,
right now, what I'm hoping for is at least 3 seasons. And if we're going for like a cap number, 5, because I feel like it's better, it's better to burn out than to fade away. So I feel like how the story is and stuff, I feel it would be pretty conclusive if we get up to 5 seasons and end it around there.
Yeah, because we wouldn't want to go on for too long and try to drag it out and try and force it either. Like with Supernatural, they had so much going on. But even so, 15 seasons is so long. That's so for us, yeah, like 5 years or somewhere around there would be comfortable if we could.
Yeah,
for 5 seasons.
Yeah, because the reason I bring that up is because when you look at shows like Gravity Falls, they only went 2 seasons, and that was planned to be that long. And there's shows that plan out how long they're going to go, and then they say we're cutting it here, and then there's shows like The Simpsons who will not stop.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what your guys' mindset was.
It's like if the story's there and fans really enjoy what they're seeing, then it could go on for a little bit longer, but I wouldn't want to definite say that we're ending it here or we're ending it here because it's hard to tell, So I mean, time will tell. I think.
Yeah, I think that's the same. I'm gonna only assume that was the same mindset that the people at The Simpsons were thinking when they were like if people are gonna love it, we're just gonna keep it going, and they're still going. Well, I just want to let you guys know we've been going for 50 minutes, almost an hour.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you guys had anything you guys want to add or anything else you guys would like to talk about that we haven't gone over yet, or
We want to talk about Castiel's Angels real quick, but that's up to you.
I can. So like Castiel's Angels is the the charity group that I run, and I've been running for a while. We do what we can for the cast of Supernatural's charities, and the cast themselves, depending on what we're doing. But when it comes down to the Angels, though, we try to do good and we try to get out there, but you've probably faced this too, I'm not sure, but there's always, people that will try to tear down what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I really want to try to push no hate and try to spread love online, because recently we've hit a lot of that hate, and it's unfortunate, but we're still going, trying to do some good.
Yeah, I mean, what's the charity going towards? What's the foundation it's charioting to?
The thing with Castiel's Angels is we're kind of like a third party. So what we're doing is we help the different cast charities that they run. So one of the actresses, Ruthie Connell, she helps a charity called My Hope Chest, and they help with breast reconstruction surgery and they help breast cancer survivors. Misha Collins, he has and Rachel Miner, they have a charity that they run called Random Acts, and it's a beautiful charity, and they just do random acts of kindness, throughout the year. They donate, clothes to people in need, food for people in need, and they just focus on acts of kindness. And then there's Mark Pellegrino, who we help sometimes, and he has, an Only Love campaign, which is to fight against, anti-bullying. It's all about anti-bullying. And the charity he supports is Stomp Out Bullying. So the actors each have their own charity that they support, and we pretty much help with every charity that they support. So we're kind of like this little, baby that helps all these other, charities. But it's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool that the cast of I'm glad that the I'm glad that even though Supernatural got really popular, I'm glad that the people who worked on the show are really awesome and great people, in the real life and doing
They're
all this.
Amazing. The only other ones, there's another actor. He plays Ketch in Supernatural, David Hayden Jones. He helps with, Alzheimer's awareness and things like that. And he has a campaign called, LTTU, which when he first got on Twitter, he thought that the little heart symbol with the less sign and the number 3 meant I love you less than 3. He didn't understand, the social media part of it. Yeah. So he thought that people were kind of insulting him until he realized that it was actually supposed to be a heart. So that's kind of what his campaign was, and it was just kind of funny how that started. But he focuses on love and, Alzheimer's awareness. So all the actors, they just have these amazing charities that they have. And what Castiel's Angels is about is we make crafts and have booths, and we raise money and fundraise for those charities.
That's really awesome. I mean, Castiel Angels is your guys' thing to help those charities, right? Or is it their?
Yes. Yeah, it's our thing. Dean's one of the angels, and I'm the founder of it. But I have angels from all over the place. There's angels all over the U.S. We even have one angel in Australia, and we have one in Germany. So it's insane.
No, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not working right now because I'm in quarantine for at least one more week. But if you guys, I'll donate a little to Castiel's Angels for you guys if you guys would like that. Yeah.
Well, we always accept, like, volunteers and people that are really crafty, or, because, like, in quarantine, there really isn't much that you can do right now. So, I mean, the good thing about the Angels is you can be home and you can make some crafts and help out, causes along the way. So it's that's what's kind of cool about it,
Yeah.
But for sure.
So, do you guys have any question I want to ask, and then we can share our social medias? Is there anything you guys would like to ask me before we gotta wrap it up? Because I don't know if you guys had any questions on your mind you wanted to ask me on the way out. But
how long have you been doing the podcast for?
By the time this gets uploaded, I'm gonna be in my 3rd year. But as of right now, I'm in my 2nd year, and I've been doing it and obviously this is 114th episode or 15th episode, and I just been like doing it for almost like I said 2 years, and I started this because I used to do another podcast called Adventure Time Guys, and because I'm a huge Adventure Time fan, and I used to go over every episode with another friend of mine, and then after that flopped, then I started doing this, and it's because I went to broadcasting school after I left high school, and so I never thought this would be my life of doing a podcast ever, but I'm glad that I do this, and I'm hoping people like what I put out there.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if you heard Dean's first episode with me, but like I had a good time. He was right before my 50th episode, right before I turned to the 2nd year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Well, Dean's an amazing cosplayer. Like, that's how I found him in the first place, was because of his amazing cosplays. So,
yeah, he's a pretty awesome cosplayer. He sent me some of his. Funny enough, I'd never seen any of his cosplays until yesterday. You never sent me any of your cosplays until yesterday, and I saw him yesterday, and I looked at him, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. It's weird because I should have had photos. I don't know. I guess I just didn't think of it.
No, it's fine. But you're a great cosplayer, and you're a great cosplayer in Victoria. It was fantastic to meet you. You sound like that you got this whole show under great things, and all the stuff, and people are loving it. People are gonna love it and everything. I'll do my outro, and I'll let you guys do yours. Thank you everyone for listening to episode 115 of Cyber Timebite. No, 114. Dang it. 114 of Cyber Timebite. You can find me on Facebook at Cyber Timebite. Follow me on Twitter at NostalgiaVamp. Buy my merchandise at Redbubble.com, where under Crash Steven Gear, where even you know that the spork is the most powerful of them all. How about you guys?
You can find, if you guys are interested in any charity work, you can find us on Twitter at CastielsAngel7 on Twitter. And then as for Lineage goes, you can find Lineage at Lineage_series on Twitter.
And you could find my cosplay page on Instagram at Angel Tortured dash play. That's Angel Tortured, one word.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And you know what? We're actually ending off at where we wanted to end anyway, at an hour. So
yeah, I called it.
Nice.
So thank you guys so much for being on here, and thank you for everyone who listened in. And I hope all of you have a great day. Have a good one.